In last video, we are talking about how you can rotate the array anti-clockwise. Okay, so suppose if there will be input 1 2 3 4 5 7 and you want to rotate with the three element 1 2 3, then 3 will become after the 7. So the output will be 4 5 6 7, then 1 2 3. Okay, this one will be the output. So let's talk about these things. We in the last video we have discussed about some steps. So what the step you have to follow. So basically what we are doing, we are just reversing, doing the reverse. So suppose that three element, so first three element will get reversed, and then rest of this element will be reversed, and then all of this element will be reversed. So in this way uh, we can able to find the output. Okay, so how the question is that how we will reverse it. So let's write another function for reversing array. Reverse the function will be reverse, and again it will take three parameter. One is the array which we want to reverse, and then another method will be another parameter will be start, from where to where you have to reverse. So let's write start and then end. So from which index to which index you want to reverse the array. Now how you will reverse? So for reversing the thing you have to swap. How? So suppose you want to reverse this one, then 7 will come to the place of 1 and 6 will be in the place of 2. So how the reverse will be happen in this way. The step for the reversing is like this. So now it will be means last index becomes first index and the first index will be the last index. So there will be a swapping. Similarly for the 2. So in the next step what will be happen? So in next step the 2 will become here the 6 and 6 will becomes 2. In this way if you will continue these things, then you will able to reverse the array. Okay, but wait, uh, so you can continue these things until or unless you are not achieving this one. So 3, suppose that 3 and 4. So if you will continue these things, then you will reverse 3. 3 will be becomes another step, 3 will becomes 5 and 5 will become 3, and now the 4 is remaining, so no need to swap these things. Okay, so basically if you will notice, then here now each time the index from beginning, it means start index is increasing and end index is decrementing. Okay, so you have to do same thing here. So whenever you are writing a condition or like, so you have to increment the index, start index, and decrement end index. The condition will be the end index always should be greater than the start index. So if it will be reached to the, suppose this is the odd number, then if it will be reached to the 4, then start index and end index will be same. So again, because no need to swap the 4, so the condition should be always end index will be greater than start index. Okay, so for swapping you can do a while loop. In while loop you will write a condition will be end will be greater than start, and then start will continue incrementing in each of this operation. So I am doing here plus plus, and end will be decrementing. Now you have to do certain operation, but again for swapping these things you have to the start index means how you will do this thing. So let's write arr, and start start will becomes now end index. So arr end, and end will be the start. So write arr and then end is equal to arr, it will be start. But again you will say that hey, in the start you already stored end, so arr end will become end. So that's why you have to store in temp variable. So let's write here the temp variable. So let temp means temporary variable, and store this end arr end. Now you can store it here the temp. So in this way you will able to reverse. Okay, you will able to reverse. Now this is a reverse function. Let's reverse it. Call this function here. So reverse, you have to pass arr, and in the index start index will be a 0 to number of element is d, which is with definitely it will be the length. So you have to do d minus n. So if you will reverse, then this part, this element which you want to rotate will get reversed, and then rest of this element you have to reverse. So call this method once again, and in start index will be a d minus 1, and end will be l minus 1. Okay, it will be not d minus 1, it will be only d, because you already reversed d minus 1. So d means what number of element? It means 3. So 1 2 3, 3 is a length. So next start with the 4. Okay, so index of this 4 will be d, because it start from 0. And then once again you have to do a reverse. This time you have to reverse from 0 to 1 l minus 1, means till the length. Okay, and let's see what will be the output. So you can see the output you are getting here is 76676 something like that, is which is definitely not good. So you have to fix somewhere. It's not a good result. So let's return arr and also console log. So you will see here that it is not able to swap properly, because at this moment you can see 3 2 3, where is 1? 1 need to be swapped with the 3, but it's not happening. Why? Because of this temp. At the end you have to insert end, and start you are inserting end, so that's why it's not working. So let's do one thing, edit the start here. Now hopefully this will work. So now you can see that it is working absolutely fine, because you will see here the output is 4 5 6 7 1 2 3. So swap is happened. But again, suppose if someone will say that hey, I have to swap 9 element or maybe 10 element, then what you have to do? So see, if someone will say the 10 element but the length of this array is only 7, then what will happen? So if you will swap the 7 element, okay, till the length of this element, not length, suppose that length equal to length of this element, if someone will say hey swap it and the length of this element is 7 and swap with the 7 element, then what will happen? After the swapping the output will be the same. Okay, so if you will say that swap with this one, swap with the 7 element, the output will be the same, because let's try it. Now I have to remove these things. You can notice that after swapping, because you are swapping a 7 element, so after swapping or rotating anti-clockwise, you will get the output the same. And if it is a more than that, then what you have to do? If it is a 10, suppose that it's more than, let's say 19, then as you know that the 7 till means 7 element if you swap, then the output will be the same. So how you will able to achieve? Because if you will do these things, then you will find undefined in this way. So resolving these things, what you have to do, you can do a 19 mod of 7, the output is 5. So it means till the 7, as you know that output will be the same, so now only you have to focus on remainder, which is a 5. So that's why now d becomes d is equal to d by 7, not 7, here it is a length, so L. If you will do, then let's see, but again you have to do a mod, not this one. So now you can see you are getting a correct output. So in this way you will able to rotate a array. So I hope you understand. So in this particular video you have learned that how you can swap the element and how you can do a reversed element, and then how you will rotate a array anti-clockwise. So time complexity here will be big O of n. Why? Because only one time loop is running. You will say hey it's 3 times loop is running, because you are calling a method 3 times. So see, it's but you are running with number of, it means big O of n. It means if you will do the 3 times, it means what? Suppose infinite plus infinite, you will get infinite, right? So it doesn't matter. So that's why here you can say a 3 into n, but actually whenever we are calculating the time, then we are not focusing on the constant part. So that's why we will write here the big O of n. So the time complexity will be the big O of n, because only one time loop is running. However, one time loop is running 3 times, but since it is a constant, that's why time complexity will be big O of n, and space complexity will be big O of 1. Why? Because there is no any extra space is required for this particular operation, because you are just trying to just modify the thing. There is a constant time, so that's why, because you are just dealing with the constant time, so the space complexity will be big O of 1. So I hope you understand. If you will face any problem, then please let me know. Thank you.